hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into another edition of the United Spurs of America podcast with your hosts, as always, Michael and Jacob, joining you very, very beautiful, fine folks today on a beautiful Sunday afternoon here across the pond in El Paso, Texas. I know it's the evening over there across the pond in the UK or wherever you may be joining us from. It could be the morning, could be the night, could be the evening, could be the afternoon. Regardless, Jacob still looks good. I just want to give you a shout out, my friend, because I love the locks. I love the cut. I know you said you did it yourself. The stash is in full flow. I'm feeling good, man. How about you?
Hey,
Happy
you
Sunday.
gassing me up. You gassing me up. How you doing,
it's
my
the
friend?
day after a win. Tottenham won. Crystal Palace nil at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Harry Kane gets on the score sheet once again. The King of North London officially surpasses Wayne Rooney for second most goals scored all time, 209, my friend. But yes, How are you doing, man? Welcome in. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday indeed. I hope you're doing well. What's up with my camera?
My camera's stripping out. Now your camera's stripping out, bro. What's going on?
It's just the technology's taking a Sunday off, you know what I mean? Hasta mañana, I guess. But I'm doing great. Glad to see you're doing great. You know what, man? I'm just gonna tell you why I'm smiling. I can't stop cheesing. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna share this with the world as well. Sorry, Adrian Stroka's comment threw me off. Jacob is so proud of his nose, he underlined it. Don't say that to me. Don't say that to me.
Christian says you got the Ron Burgundy stash going on, which I told you it's good, man. I love it.
And I got the
It looks
blurry
good.
camera too. Maybe I'll get this little head out and this thing will help me out. I don't know. It only seems to want to
Cobra always
adjust to
helps.
Yeah, Cobra always helps.
Oh,
Whatever, I'll sort this thing out. But I'm doing great, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm cheesing, and I'm gonna share it with everyone because Dyer was dropped from the starting lineup, and honestly,
he was.
honestly, that's cause for celebration. I feel like we won something this season, Michael. Call me a deluded fan, call me a loser fan. I don't care what you want to call me, but I'm just happy to see that Ryan Mason said, Dyer, you're going to sit this one out. And the only reason he came in was because Longley decided to play some American football with, was it Eze or Olise?
Was it Eze or Zaha? I think it was Zaha, bro.
He tackled somebody. And you know what? Respect, because I think he tore his titty muscle. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what
Tore a pec.
Tore something.
Yeah, no, it was a good day, man. I woke up, I saw the starting lineup before the match against Crystal Palace, and you know, I thought the same thing too. I was like, all right, so that means hopefully Romero will slot into center back, or we were going to go in a 4-4-2 formation. I know there was some speculation and some confusion amongst some of the fan base on what we were actually going to play. Was it going to be a 3-4-3, 4-4-2, 4-3-3? You know, people were a little bit confused. Regardless, it was still a 3-4-3, but Emerson slotted in as the right-hand center back position with Longley, like you mentioned, Jacob, on the other side. Pedro Porro started at right wing back, and then Ben Davies started a little bit more forward-minded at the left wing back position. We're used to seeing him at the left center back position with Longley interchanging. So a little bit of a shakeup in the formation, like you said, Jacob. Eric Dyer out of the starting 11. We have our first clean sheet since, what was it, February, I think it was, someone said? That can't be a coincidence. Can it? You're muted, my friend.
I was clapping. I was out here clapping, smacking, getting this camera to focus, and guess what? I fixed it. So now I don't feel so thrown off. I don't know what you're asking me, but I do want to say real quick, I did forget to say hello and thank you to our patrons of the channel. I want to say big shout out to them. And then I also want to a special shout out to the 4 members in the Lover's Lane of our YouTube membership. Big up to Miss RG, THFC Till I Die, Shafay, and Ben Kaufman, the one and only. He's been signed up the longest. What a G. He's actually double booked, I believe. But nonetheless, big ups to every single one of you who support who support the channel, and more than just liking and subscribing. And if you know what, you don't want to go above and beyond, that's fine. You can just hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I think it does wonders for the channel. It does wonders for your YouTube algorithm as well, because I think that'll help us pop up more in your feed. So do that. Also, who got first place today? Cursor, shout out from London. Big up, Cursor. That's my dog.
There it is.
That's
First
my dog
comment
right there. Yeah, big shout out to Cursor. He's one and only. Big up Eugene as well. Hello, big up.
Welcome
Please
in.
send me the
welcome in.
link. Yeah, hit me on WhatsApp, Eugene. Holler at me. Good evening to Adrian Sugar. You already threw me off with your comment. One of the comments already threw me off today.
What's up, Hotspurs?
Yeah, big up Spurs. Big up 10-inch.
What's up, Alan?
Alan's in the house. Big up. Happy
What's
Sunday,
going
my
on?
friend.
Hope you're doing good.
Wayne Bonner.
Wayne Bonner,
Big
legend.
up, Wayne. Sup, everyone. Hope you had
What's up, Wayne?
Hope you're all well. Have a good chilled Sunday. I hope you're having a good Sunday as well. Big up, Kurt. So, yeah, we all got let down. Michael, did you see the game?
Nah, I can't be asked to
Newcastle?
watch Arsenal unless it's against Man City for the title.
Big up, Al.
No, I don't voluntarily watch Arsenal.
I did. I watched some of it, but then my son woke up.
I saw the score was 1-0, and I was like, whatever. I don't care about Arsenal, bro. I don't watch them.
Hey, big up Barry, Nick Collison, Emmer go. I mean, it's interesting. Barry and I were over on the Perchies channel during the. This
Better back there than up forward.
I didn't mind him. I didn't really mind him where he was playing. I thought
Like I said, he's better back there than he is up front. At the fucking wingback position, but
and then Porro. I don't like Porro defending as well.
That was at 10 minutes and 35 seconds. We made it. We can still get advertised. Thank you too.
Hey, big up YouTube. We love you.
Look at that. I'm a true professional. I don't even realize that it's already the 10-minute mark, and I got it out of the way. Boom.
Typically, when I mention Eric Dyer, we immediately get ad limitability because there's something about him that just curses the YouTube out. I don't know what it is. Big up Mark Cousins, the sheriff, the one and only. He says big up all. Everyone's showing some love out here. Made my day to see Dyer. Yeah, exactly. I was super, super happy. Hit the like button if you hate Arsenal. Do that one time for the one time. Hit that like if you hate Arsenal. Hit that like 2 times. Well, I guess if you hit it twice, then it will go away. So maybe hit it 3 times. Like secured from Cursor. Jacob is so proud of that. That is a one of a kind. Afternoon, Patty. Big up, Patty says afternoon, gents. Hope you're all doing well. Adrian Troca. It was more of a back 4. Big up Jamie, Jacob, and Mike. Big up Jamie. Dyer's best performance of the year.
Hands down.
Can I talk about for a second the fact that when this man did come onto the pitch, I was like, here it is. We're definitely about to concede.
1-1. That's what I said too. I was like, here comes 1-1. Because I think he came on, and it was a corner kick, right? When he came on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that was literally.
Well, I think it was a free
because
kick.
it was a
I'm
set.
not sure.
It was either a set piece or a corner. Regardless, it was a set piece. And I shit you not, I was thinking in my head the exact same thing, Jake. I was like, set piece. Dyer just came on. Oh. I start wafting. I'm smelling the recipe of disaster, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's familiar right there. I know that smell. I can smell that from a mile away.
It's like when Grant.
Was glad to be proven wrong though.
Hey,
was happy.
It's like when Grant Annie puts the pie on the windowsill. You know what I mean?
And everyone starts floating, and you start going.
Granny's got that pie
scent.
today. Granny's
the smoke
got
goes
that
up your nostrils, and then it literally like just pulls you.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
That's what
Except
I'm
it didn't
talking
smell
about.
good. It was like, oh shit.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Alan Bennett. Hello, boys. Hope you're all good. Hope y'all are good. All right, I think I'm a little ready to talk about Tottenham because we caught up with the chat. We said what's up to everybody that's here. Which shout out to 17 of yous. We're on 14 likes. I'm gonna come up with a poll while we're chatting here, and then I'll have you all vote in that poll. And we'll see. We'll kind of see. Should we do man of the match and BDE because we haven't done that in a long time actually.
You want to get it out of the way real quick, or let's start off with what we were talking about.
I'll do a poll and we can.
I'll do a poll, and then we'll get into it. Just wanted to give a shout out real quick to Hyunmin Son. I know you guys had probably already seen it this morning when you woke up, but obviously there's been multiple allegations and very, very conclusive video evidence of a Crystal Palace fan in the away end during the game yesterday, making a racist gesture towards Hyunmin Son as he was subbed off late on in the second half. Just want to say, God, fuck racism, man. I'm so fucking tired of talking about it. Like,
bro.
It's ridiculous how in 2023 we still have to give us, just send our well wishes and Sonny, stay strong. Obviously, this isn't the first time that it's happened to him. Sadly, it won't be the last. It's just it gets annoying to a certain point, man, because it's just like we still have to talk about this because it's still an issue because people are still assholes in this world and still consider other races as inferior to yours, and it's ridiculous. I just want to give a shout out to Hyun-Min Son real quick. United Spurs of America and the rest of the Tottenham fan base are totally with you. It's just
one time for the one time. I always got pulled out when we talk about Hyun-Min Son, Hyun-Min
Love you,
Hung,
Sonny.
Hyun-Min Daddy. Love you, brother.
Love you, Sonny.
We got nothing but love for you. And honestly, if I was there, I would have kicked that dude's ass myself for you. And if you want, you can still fly me out. We can put him on the card as well, and we'll get it sorted to knock that old ball sack off his rocker, whatever you want to call it, man. Seeing that, honestly, this morning really pissed me off. It really sets my mood for the day, and I was like, okay, Crystal Palace, I see you. Okay, I mean, I don't mean to, judge a whole fan base based on one man's opinion and one man's actions. But the fact that there was so many people around him, and he was clearly trying to get Son's attention, doing the little wanker, I think it was the little wanker thing, and then he was doing that, and then a picture. I mean, watching the video, it all happened very quickly, but Sonny saw it. Sonny was looking at him when he did that. And to me, I just don't understand how in this day and age we still talk about shit like that, honestly. No, Mark Cousins, the Conte one's right here, my friend. He's still here. I'm going to figure out something to do with this. Maybe when he wins a trophy, I'll mount him on a trophy or something, and then I'll hold it up.
We should try to find a Mourinho one, a Nuno one, a Pochettino one. And
I just want to collect all our X-Men.
As many ex-managers as we can, and then put them in a cage in the background of your
I'm going to be
setup,
Thanos.
and it's just going to be like the purgatory of no trophies. But it's only when you're here. And then you go on after you're done here, and you go on and win. You resume your trophy winning habits, your trophy winning ways. It's just on pause until while you're here.
It's definitely on pause.
That's what you should do, though. Should be a cage in the back.
That'd be great. I would love to. If anyone knows, if anyone's got a little Jose one, you know where a link is. Hit me with the link. Yeah.
Anyone in Saudi out there that can get a Saudi bobblehead.
Was he even here long enough to get a little plastic thing made of him?
He didn't win a trophy here, so therefore he's a victim, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
No matter how long, no matter how short you're here.
Barry's asking about your chair.
I mean, I've always had this thing, man. I don't know. It's just red. I'm sorry. I have sports teams that are red. Sorry. Go Hoosiers.
Hoosiers. Yeah, that's right. Your college was. That's their main color was red.
Cream and crimson. Yeah.
Cream. I'm talking about cream. Paul Beatty, with my lovely baby blues and blonde hair, racists want to be me. Suck shit, Nazis. Hell yeah. Say that to that old man. Anyone out there who's knows that man, you should be ashamed. You should go correct that man today. I hope he's pissing in his little knickers. Adrian Schroger, every club has its lunatic fringe. Yeah, I think that's right. Definitely have some of that in the Spurs fan base as well. But I don't know that we do racist gestures ever. We may be lunatics, they may be crazy bastards that you don't want to associate with, but I don't know that they do racist shit. I haven't seen it ever reported
the last allegation was the Rudiger one, right? Or was there one?
Yeah, I think so too. That? But that's a long time ago, right? I mean, so
2 years ago, right? 2 years ago, or
that was 4 years ago.
Was it before the pandemic?
What? Yeah, I think it was maybe. Yeah, it was definitely before the pandemic. I think. I think that's been a long time. The arsehole looked about 50 years old. Yeah, he did look a little old. That's what I'm saying. Quick 1-2.
It wasn't a young population out there being racist for sure.
But see, that's what worries me is the fact that he's so old. How long has he been infecting the youth? You know what I mean? How long has he been poisoning his family with his same mindset and ideology? I don't know. But anyway, that's not football. Anyway, we're here for you, Sonny. Yeah, fuck that guy. We stand with Sonny. That's where I stand. I always stand with Sonny.
My friend, I know we brought up definitely one nominee, but would you like to get into man of the match and BDU of the match?
Oh, let's
and then we can obviously talk about the game overall, but it seemed like you were excited to get into it, man. And now you're getting me excited about it.
But you're right. I just feel like we haven't had the chance to do this very often this season.
Well, to be fair,
last season we had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, the last 4 games, winless in the last 4. So kind of hard to do that.
It has been very tough. Well, I want to get this. I want to get these options going. What options should I do, Michael? Help me. I got man of the match BDE, Kane and Romero, Kane and Mason, because Mason's going to get a nomination from me for BDE because I think it took some cojones to say, you know what, I'm going to do my own thing in this match and fuck Eric Dyer.
Hey,
so,
to be fair, he did what Conte never could. It's not a knock at Conte. I'm just saying he did.
I mean,
he did something that Conte would never do. So
yeah, I did like seeing Romero play in the central of the back three. So for me, that's what I've been saying a lot of this season. I think if you've tuned into this channel, that I think if Romero, he won Serie A Defender of the Year playing central of a back three. So I figured we could get much of the same out of him if we tried to do that with him. And you know what? We did. So I liked his performance. I think he gets a nomination for BDE. I think he could also get a nomination for player of the match, if I'm honest. So I'm writing these options out as we speak. I got Kane, Romero, Kane and Mason, Romero, Mason. How about that? And then let me say other, hit the comments. There we go.
I think
see that's what I like
said Emerson
about,
for one of them, right? You said Emerson for one of them, or no? Because there's already some Emerson appreciation in the chat. So I think some people might disagree with you there.
My nominations are shit. That's what they're telling me. All right, Nick's already got his in the house. Man of the match, Emmer Goat, BDE, Ryan Mason. There you go. See, that's I should have put that one in there, but I figured. So Nick, in your situation, so hit the vote for other. Hit the comments because honestly, Emerson, I think it does need to be discussed. I liked him. I've heard a few people on Twitter. Shout out at whoever the fuck they were calling for Emerson at the right center back, and honestly, I wasn't against it. I was always like, whatever keeps him from going forward the least. But you know what? Even when he went forward, I thought he looked alright. He did have some wayward passes. The long when he was trying to switch up play on the other side, I thought there was a few wayward. But you know what? He ain't the only one with the wayward passes. And I'm looking at you, Pierre Emile Højbjerg. Which shout out Ellie, she was gonna join us today, Mike, but that she realized she made plans with her family. Ellie. So shout out Ellie. Want to say shout out Ellie?
So we got 5 votes already in 1 minute. Kane and Romero are tied in first with Romero and Mason, and then there is one other vote that says other. Hit the comments. So I guess we just
that's Barry. That's probably Barry. Yeah. No clean sheet in 12. Emmer Goat come back in the clean sheet.
But you could also correlate that with Eric Dyer not starting, Barry. That's the thing.
The players committee will have Mason out by next week. Yeah, Dyer's already writing a saucy email to Daniel. He's like, him and Hugo. Oh my God. Speaking of Hugo, thank you for this comment, Alan. This just reminded me. When they showed Hugo Lloris on the TV, I got so fucking mad. I was actually like pissed to see someone that I've loved and defended for so long. Honestly, it pains me. It pains me to say, but I was so mad when I saw this man, just because he's a fucking quitter. Like, why would you are captain?
So you're bought into the conspiracy.
I'm not bought in, bro. I fucking wrote the damn book. All right, I ain't bought in. I'm fucking all in. He definitely is a.
So you think he did something at halftime of Newcastle?
I think he was like.
You think he said something?
Either he said I have this or I have that is what he said. Like,
have they maybe released what type of injury it is? They said it's like a knee, right, or elbow or something like that.
I thought his back. I thought it was
they said back.
I don't even know. Let me look it up. What did they say? Is
that makes it even worse though? If we don't even know, like if we can't name it off the top of our head, then
they've put 5. They put 5 on you in 20 minutes, dog. 20 minutes they put 5 on you.
Hip.
Alan says hip. Okay, so it's his whole body. It's his hip, neck, back, pussy, and my crack. I don't care what he claims it is. Hip. Yeah, sure, my hip hurts too. I bet you weren't saying your hip hurt when your wife called you last night. You know what I'm saying? So like, to me, it's excuses. He quit on us. Yeah, he's not injured. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Interesting. I don't know, man. It's kind of hard for me to believe Hugo would quit. You know, he's never been like that.
Bro, at what point did he hurt his hip? At what
I don't
point did he
know.
hurt his
I don't
head?
know. You're a
I
goalie. You
bought a
tell me.
damn keeper's kit because I love Hugo. I'm in the damn keepers league because
I'm
play.
definitely not fully. I'm just I'm intrigued by the conspiracy, but I'm not bought in. Not yet. I gotta have evidence.
I'm tinfoil
There's no
hat.
evidence. There's no evidence.
I'll tell you
Give
my
me
evidence.
evidence.
That man's
if you give me
broken
evidence,
face.
If you give me evidence, I could be persuaded. I'm not saying that I'm hard stuck on mine.
Here's your evidence, Michael. That's your evidence. All right. You need to hear more. That's your evidence, my friend. Honestly,
My cousin
atrocious
said
behavior.
that he had 3 bottles of champagne and drove the coach. Yeah, well, that's not surprising.
Yeah, he probably quit and he drank during halftime. He said, "You know what, coach? I'm gonna take a half day. I'm not doing too well out there. My hip hurt." Yeah, just like Mike Tyson at the end of that boxing match that he lost, the infamous. I wish I had the clip and I want to get clips queued up and like play clips that I love referencing. And the Mike Tyson my back. That just Google Mike Tyson my back. And honestly, that's what I feel like Hugo's doing out here. He's like, "What kind of injury was it?" "It was my back." "Can you be more specific?" "Spinal." Like, bro, you did not get hurt. Your hips don't hurt. Hips don't lie. And he out here lying. So to me, I don't trust him anymore. I don't like him. I don't want him at this club. I never want to see him wear a Tottenham jersey again. I never want to see him between them sticks. I don't want to see the damn armband on his arm. I don't want to see none of that. I want him to F off. Go play for damn Bordeaux or something, wherever the hell you're from in France. Go over there or go to MLS. They let you drink drive over here too, so you'll fit right in, my friend. And
I
a
never
lot of people,
thought I'd hear you say that.
Oh, dude, I'm pissed. No, bro, when we're down and out,
captain and club legend.
When we're down and out, Michael, when we're crawling on our hands and knees, gasping for water, this man said, "All right, y'all. Good luck with everything."
It's not confirmed. Hey, I'm telling you, if it's confirmed and if there's evidence, I'll be a changed man. But
the only way
I feel like he deserves our trust and respect, bro.
The only way I'm changing my mind, Michael, the only way I'm changing my mind about this is if they release on Twitter some damn x-rays of Hugo's hip. Let me see the motherfucking hip, all right? Don't be bullshitting me with this mystery ghost hurt. Yeah, my back hurts, coach. My neck, I slept wrong, my crink in my neck. Bro, you let 5 and 20. You warmed up with look how long it took for Fraser Forster to get out there and start warming up. This isn't a conspiracy, bro. This isn't, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it because we're live on air, but I'm going to hit you in the private chat and I'm going to tell you what I'm saying. This is the biggest, like, we know what this is, bro. We know what this is. We know what this is. Shakira Loris, that's what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. Big up Ben Kaufman. Big up Sexy Sunday. Yeah. Big up Ben.
Hey, look at that look at that icon right there. Look at that. Look at that dude. Look at his name. It's highlighted in green for me. Ben Kaufman, because he's a Lovers Lane member for the channel.
That's right.
So if you want to have a special name and you want a special icon next to your name in these streams and in the chats, hey, there you go. Subscribe to that tier, Lovers Lane on YouTube.
Boom, there's the link too. You can click that link if you want to be a member. We got 4 members right now, so shout out to them 4. And Ben Kaufman was a pioneer of that. You could say he did the Mayflower, which take it how you want it, but he's a 2-time member. That's right. That's why, Ben, you missed the open of the show. I always shout you out for being double booked. We got you double booked out here, United Spurs of America. You're a double lover, Lane, and you already know that. Not just on YouTube, but in the Patreon as well. So shout out to our Patreon members. Release the MRI. Exactly. The MRI won't lie, bro. So let me see the MRI, and then we can talk about if Hugo's really injured or not. I need to see some contusion. I need to see some flaring up of something. Show me the scar tissue. Show me this man's x-rays. And then, and only then, I will say, okay, you know what? I got it wrong. Apologies, Hugo. I'll let you drink and drive, and I'll stick up for you. How about that? I don't know. What does Hugo want? What does he even want anymore? Does he even want to be here? 5 goals in 20 minutes, and he's like, my hip hurt. When did your hip hurt? And at that point, when your hip started hurting, you should have gotten your ass out. Was it in the first 5 minutes when you let 3 in? Or was it after 20 minutes when you let 5? To me, excuses. Excuses are like arseholes, and you know what they say. Everyone's got one, but you don't necessarily want to see it. Don't need it, glad he's out, is what Jamie says. Honestly, for me, appalling behavior. The epitome of what's wrong at this club.
I would rather see Kane with the armband than Hugo. That's the only reason why I'm like not too upset that he's out.
Bro, Forster showed me more this season than Hugo. Because we like to pass it back. You know, fucking Pierre-Emile Højbjerg loves passing back to the goalkeeper any chance he can. And Fraser Forster at least looks like he can kick a ball. So
Højbjerg catching strays out here on the Hugo rant.
Well, everyone's catching strays out here because of this.
And you guys never win anything, right? No.
And I was laughing like that the morning when I seen his ass was benched. Normally, Michael, I'll wake up and I'm like, okay, what's the lineup? Let me look at this lineup. And I see it and I'm like, okay, snooze, go back to bed. All right. And then I'll wake up right before kickoff and start watching because, I mean, it's early here. But when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute. No fucking Oh, I got so excited I couldn't go back to sleep, Michael. I had to stay up. I had to get up. And I started early that day because you know what? To me, I was laughing just like his dumbass when he's there with Dave Portnoy. Oh, Derek Dyer's not in the team sheet. So, you know what? I was very happy. 1-0 win. I'll take it. I don't really care what happens. I don't think we have a chance for Champions League. So I was on the football terrace yesterday, and he brought up if there was a slim hope chance if Spurs could get Champions League, and I was like, there's no way in hell. I don't care if United and Newcastle both start dropping points. I just don't really have. I don't.
Because we would have to win, and that's a big if right now. Beating Crystal Palace 1-0.
Villa's coming up.
Yeah, I don't know, man. No, not convinced for me right now. I don't.
But see, Brighton have like 7 games in hand on us, and they only need 2 points. So if Brighton keep doing their thing, let me see. Yeah, they have 2 points less than us and 3 games in hand.
Brentford at home after Aston Villa isn't even a guarantee either. You better believe it's not a guarantee.
No, and I was definitely feeling a lot better about it when the schedules came out at the beginning of the season. I was like, oh, look at the run. After we finished, the United Liverpool, we got Newcastle, which I wasn't expecting them. I was thinking top 8 for Newcastle would be an admirable goal because they were, quite frankly, on the bottom half last season. But for them to be secured in that third, even though they just took a L, I mean, that L pretty much solidified. Well, I mean, it makes the top 4 race a little more interesting. So maybe the refs are trying to pull for that, make an interesting top 4 race, make the league title a little more interesting than letting City run away with it. But honestly, City's got a game in hand on Arsenal and a point on them, so I like City's chances here. Let's see. I'm talking too much about these opponents, and I just realized we never gave man of the match and BDE. We should do that before we keep going. 8 votes for man of the match BDE with 50%. The winner in the poll is KANE and Romero. KANE with man of the match for the lone goal, and Romero just because he was slinging that thing left and right all match. Let's call it how we see it.
All of you guys are smart because that's my pick.
That's your pick as well?
Man of the match, Harry Kane, 209 goals scored in Premier League history, and 3 points in the bag, a clean sheet with Romero leading the line in the center of the pitch, being that general of that back 3. I love it. And plus, he played one of his best games of the season, for sure. Romero was a beast.
Romero's a dog. I definitely enjoyed watching Romero play that. Like I said, that center role there, I think that's where he belongs. Somewhere
and for the record, I'm down for a conference league at this point. I'm telling you, bro, I like the vibes.
Whoa. That's what I'm talking about. Give me some of that. That's what we deserve to listen to throughout the week. And I hope Spurs players get to listen to that. I hope when they're walking by with their fucking headphones in their
it's like a way of torture.
Ears, they're just whoa, while you're walking into the stadium in fucking Mura or Paco's and Tacos de Ferreira. Come on. 10-inch
singing our name right now.
10-inch says, I don't want European football. Fuck Enix profits. Absolutely.
I honestly would not be upset if we didn't get European football, and it's sad that I like.
Sometimes you need a
16 or 15-year-old me would be so disappointed in myself if I were to hear my future self say that. But bro, I can't be asked at this point. Can't be asked to give a fuck. I hate this fucking bored. I hate the owners. Like,
we couldn't even make it. I'm giggling because we couldn't even make it to man of the match and BDE for we couldn't even complete that yet without getting back onto Levy and Enoch just totally putting I don't even know what the mechanism is called. Those little gaper tool. I don't even know what it's called. But we're second place in the poll. Romero and Mason with the BDE. Ryan Mason with the BDE.
I mean, you gave a fair shout. I wouldn't have considered him for BDE, and I think you kind of convinced some. I would assume you convinced some people.
Ryan Mason definitely gets my BDE as a nod. I did say nomination earlier just to kind of like, ooh, what's Jacob gonna pick? But I'm gonna be honest. He's gonna get my BDE of the match as Ryan Mason because, quite frankly, thank you, Ryan. If you watch this, I feel like you're listening to me, and I feel like you're doing things I'm asking you to do, Ryan. So, Ryan, I'm gonna say this again. Thank you. Mi corazón thanks you.
Are you a mate now of Ryan Mason?
Mason in.
Are you a contender for the starting 11 now?
In. Hey, give me in goal. Give me in goal. Come on. Well, no, actually, Forster's better than me, so I'm gonna let Forster keep doing his thing. But if you want a slow striker, Ryan Mason, a really slow, uncoordinated striker, I can help you out there, my friend. Nick doesn't like the poll. Oh, which my BDE. I'm gonna side with Nick here. He swayed me. Emerson.
Wait.
It was
so
good.
Ryan Mason was your man of the match?
No, Mason was my BDE of the match.
Oh, okay.
Because I think it took big balls to make that call that he did. But my man of the match.
Your man of the match. Okay, because you said BDE, so I was like, oh wait. So
I was working backwards because we were talking. Because they got second place, Ryan Mason and Christian Romero, which that was my pick, was Romero and Mason. Because I love seeing Christian Romero, like I've been saying pretty much most of the stream, that playing in that center role of the back three, beautiful to watch. Once I think Emerson and Pedro Porro got on the same page, we started seeing some better defending there but in the first, I'd say 25 minutes, it did look I was a little concerned that they weren't going to be communicating right because it looked a little shaky at first, if I'm honest. But Nick, I do agree. You swayed me because he brings up a good point. Look at when we have Emerson out there, sometimes we be getting all these clean sheets. So no Eric Dyer. That's why Mason gets my nod. And then the clean sheet, Emerson's back. It's good to see him back. Plus, I think Barry's going to be getting the haircut. He's going to get the Emerson haircut here pretty soon. Big Hoffman, I don't want any European football. Do what the Woolwich did, 1 game a week and rebuild a team. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, dude. Let's just take a step back, reassess, and then go again. Because right now we just ain't got it. We ain't got it going. Big up Tottenham forever. Hey Jacob, hello. How you doing? Told you all that company wasn't coming either. He just signed a 5-year contract at Burnley. Hey, fair play to him.
Convinced.
Fair play to him. I just said I wanted him, honestly. I just said after seeing him yelling at all those players, I wanted him to yell at our players like that, really. Except not Son. Don't yell at Son like that because I'll fight you. But nonetheless, I would have just said sure to company because there's no other manager for me that really gets me going. 7th for me, Ainge wins another trophy, get him in. Paul Beatty, I'm going to ask you again, why do you want to succumb? Why do you want to break your man like that? Okay, here we go. What's up, J. Cole?
J. Cole, what's up, man?
In the
Thank
house.
you for the super
First
chat.
super chat of the day. Thank you.
Thanks,
Mikey and Jacob, easy Sunday afternoon. Don't ruin it by talking about Spurs. I think I already ruined it, man. We were doing man of the match in BDE, which my nod, Ryan Mason gets BDE, and Emerson gets my man of the match because you know what? That's right. Emer Goat Royale. Let's go. John Pleat in is what Ben says. Shout out Chelsea Dan as well. Nice Chelsea, one of the good Chelsea lads. He's got his own channel out there. So if you do want to get some mixed brand of content, like to mix it up, smash a like over there. Go check out Chelsea Dan and H Talks. They're good content for some Chelsea lads, and I'm not saying that lightly. So go check them out if you can. They're big supporters of what we're doing over here too. So big up Jamie. Tottenham boy, but not now, in future. Did I miss something? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Jamie. Big up, Jamie. Romero hit the bar. That's right. We did hit the bar a couple times. Didn't we? Twice? Or am I thinking about the last match when we hit it 4 times? Big up, Ellie. Just sitting down for dinner. But saying big up to you all in the chat. Much love. Big up, Ellie. Gave you a shout out a little earlier in the show just because I was dogging a little bit on your man, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. So hopefully I don't want to do it too much to ruin your dinner. But I was just talking about his passing yesterday. I didn't really like it. Tottenham Forever don't really think European football will be good for us because these players are not winners. Exactly. These players are not. A lot of them need to be cut out. You gotta cut out the rot, or else it's gonna ruin the whole damn log. And you know what? I agree with you here.
I assume Sporting's gonna make Champions League this year, right? For next season. Did they win the league? Did they win the league?
I'll look it up. Hang on. I'm on this thing.
Liga NOS table. Who is in first? Is it Sporting or Liga Portugal? Sorry.
Yeah.
Portuguese Primeira Liga table. Oh no,
yeah,
Benfica's
thank you, Jacob, for
They're in
the
fourth.
super chat.
I think it's only the top 2 teams. Never mind. Is it the top 2 teams from Portugal or is it top 3? I forget, or top 4. Anyway, Sporting's in fourth. I was gonna say, Pedro Porro had this big money move to come to Spurs, only to just get like eliminated basically from European football for like the next year, while Sporting can go on and make the Champions League again. But doesn't look like Sporting are going to make the Champions League. I don't know.
I'm sure he's making 3 times what he was making over there at Sporting. Yeah. So let's call it right. Let's call it right. He's living nice. That's what I'm saying. I want to see that continued passion from him, and I'm afraid if he's here too long, he's going to be, especially around the likes of a Eric Dyer. This is actually a good segue into my other point that I wanted to bring up, Jaco, which Jaco says, "Hey, Sonny sprinted to our end to save 2 goals. How was that he was the last line of defense?" I was also lauding KANE as well because I thought he had a nice clearance on the line as well to help out Fraser Forster for keeping that clean sheet. I do want to say this about Sonny.
He's beautiful.
He's beautiful. But I thought yesterday we were really playing him in like a left mid role, and I didn't like it. I didn't really like it. I thought he was...
I don't know if it was his instruction or maybe just his work rate, just because he's that type of player. But
why is he
I thought he was a little
chasing
bit
down Zaha?
More reserved. Yeah, I thought he was in a more like reserved role than he was in the previous match, where it was like one of his best performances of the year in terms of just like his ability, the spaces that he was getting into, the chances that we were creating with him being involved. I don't know. Yeah, that was another observation that I made too, Jacob.
I was just really frustrated. I remember saying in the first, half hour, I'm like, I don't like where Sonny's playing. I don't like this left mid role he's kind of playing where he's doing a lot of defending, and then we see him. There was one time Zaha was just wreaking havoc on, I think it was the right-hand side, or for his right, so our left. And honestly, I was just like, why is Son the one that is chasing after Zaha? Why is this defensive responsibilities falling on a world-class finisher? He's not a world-class defender, not to my knowledge. I love Sonny, and he might be, but I haven't seen it, and I don't want him being the one chasing fucking Zaha for the ball, because to me, that goes against all the things that make him great, which is getting the ball with space, having some room, or taking it. And there was another chance I thought, I think that this role that he's been playing that doesn't really suit his style necessarily is causing a lot of mental lapses, because there was one time where he was top of the box and I thought if he one touch just hit that with his right foot, he could have gotten a goal there, to be quite frankly. But instead he tried to take a touch and then got clammed up in the box and got pushed over. And to me, it's just these little things. Then when he does get his chance forward, I don't think his mind is necessarily thinking free flow, runs him, just running free and doing what I want with the ball. It's more of like, how can I help the team? And to be quite frankly, sometimes players like Son just need to be selfish. They need to do what they want to do what they're good at, because I don't think defending is necessarily what Son needs to be doing, in my humble opinion. 10-inch says Højbjerg's pointing wasn't up to much yesterday either. He wasn't doing any good pointing. He was pointing a lot though. I'll forgive you, Jacob, as my man needs a rest. He's looking tired. He's a national team captain. He's been playing a lot of games, been getting a lot of miles in them boots. Big up L's in the house. Taught Spurs. I think Mason used Sonny for his pace to help out the defense. But why? I know he can use his pace to help get back, but like I want his pace going forward. I don't want his pace going back. I don't know. That's just how I feel. I know, obviously, at some point he has to get back with the defenders, but to be the one whose responsibility it is to track Zaha out there, I thought that was a little atrocious there a little bit. But Mason still gets my BDE because you know what? No Dyer, no goal, no problem. Son should have scored from Romero's through ball. I think this is the one I was just talking about. Yeah. I do not agree with what some of the Palace fans did to Sonny. Very unacceptable. 21st century, they should get lifetime bans. Makes me sick. What is both of your opinions on? We actually talked about this in depth earlier, maybe like 15 minutes before you joined and said hello in the chat. So if you want, go back and listen to it. We gave a real in-depth analysis about it. But I think it was in the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes we started talking about it, and we both gave a pretty good spiel because honestly, atrocious, sickening, disgusting behavior. Thank you, Jacob. I have been sitting with this frustration so long it needed to be said. I think in regards to the Sonny tracking back, playing defense thing, I can't agree with you more. J.Co. Mason said we needed 3 points and we had to use Sonny as a defensive mid. And Sonny is a good soldier. He'll give 110, whatever role he's given. Absolutely. He gave it all. But I don't think that's up for debate, right? Would you agree with that, Michael, that Sonny, whatever he's asked to do, he will do? Because at the end of the day, I do think he will say, I will do what it takes to help this team win as much as possible.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. He's always.
But I don't want to see him doing that. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to see him tracking back defense. Let Richarlison do that shit. Get Kulusevski, get Danjuma to fight. Let him run wild. That man's busting at the seams. He needs a damn massage. How much he out here just ready to go. Danjuma, poor Danjuma. Get him out there fucking doing that. Don't put Sonny doing that. That's all my point is. I don't want to see Sonny doing that. I want Sonny using that going forward. But you're right. He will always give 110%. We changed formation several times throughout the game. It was pretty looking fluid out there. I did joke around on the Perchy stream and I said, we're seeing some nice Mason Guardiola ball. Or what I say? Ryan Guardiola ball is what I said. And they said to clip that. So don't clip it. Don't make fun of me. I was just making a joke. I want to see Son going forward too. I can't agree with you more. Because when you look at the Liverpool game, Salah went all the way back. It's attack together, defend together. I'm not really concerned about Liverpool game with Salah doing whatever Salah want to do and Klopp doing whatever he want to do. To me, Sonny is not Salah. Salah is not Sonny. And we are not Liverpool. So I don't care what Salah does in relation to Sonny personally, because I don't want to see Sonny defending. I want Sonny staying up. Defend, press if you can, but no, keep it in, Sonny, and just run at him. Purple and gold. One of the most boring games of football I have watched. Two terrible teams, has been Kaufman. There we go. Bringing a little bit of clipping of the wings. Maybe the sun melting of Icarus's wings. Maybe I'm flying too high on this one performance. I'm just feeling good, Ben, because you know what? I don't really care. 1-0 win. I just wanted to win. I needed 3 points. I needed to see something happen. Harry Kane got to kiss the ring. To me, anytime Harry Kane kisses the ring is a good day. So to see it that way, I was happy about it. Michael, let me ask you something.
I wanted you brought up Danjuma a little bit ago, and it reminded me of something that I wanted to ask you also, Jacob. I wanted to talk about Richarlison for a little bit.
Let's do it.
Because I'm getting kind of frustrated. I know he scored against Liverpool. I know it should have been the game winner, and maybe if Lucas didn't fuck up last week, we would be having a different conversation. Maybe he would have scored yesterday, and maybe I wouldn't even need to be bringing this up. However, Lucas gave the ball to Liverpool, and they scored. And his goal did not mean jack shit in terms of 3 points. Yeah, we got one. Or no, sorry, we lost. Fuck. It didn't mean jack shit because we didn't get the point. We got 0. Anyways, I thought he was largely ineffective throughout the match yesterday. And I wanted to get your overall thoughts on how you're feeling on Richarlison, because I feel like I've been one of the early Richarlison appreciators, if you will, especially, before even the Marseille performance happened in the Champions League. I was kind of I was on the side more so of, let's give this guy time. He's obviously a big money player. We need to see results out of him, of course. We need to see some output. But, just have faith. He hasn't been getting the consistent starting time that he's used to getting at Everton. He's not playing as a central nine. He's not playing on the left even. He's playing mainly on the right? But I'm at a point, man, where it's like, dude, you got to give me something. And I think he had, 2 chances, I think it was, in the first half against Crystal Palace. One of them definitely where he definitely should have scored. I think he might have been called off eventually after the fact. But how are you feeling, man? Because right now I'm at a spot where I'm just like, dude, I'm kind of over it at this point. I know he had a great World Cup. That doesn't really have anything to do with me, though. You know what I mean? That's not Tottenham Hotspur. That's Brazilian national team. So for me, it's just been a little bit of a frustrating experience for me this season. And I'm getting to the point where it's like, dude, I don't even care if he gets sold in the summer.
I think we might need him if
KANE goes, obviously, yeah.
But
would you care if we sold him in the summer?
Nah. But I also want to. To
kind of
me,
where I'm
he's
at.
not the first. He's not the first on my chopping list.
Oh well, yeah, no. That's not what I was asking.
But if an offer came in for him, I would definitely entertain it, especially if it was at least or equal to what.
Oh, no shot.
You don't think so? I mean, he's
had
an atrocious.
55 mil for him.
But we could just run back that brace in Champions League. Just run back the brace in Champions League and be like, look at that. How about that? Maybe we could get 20 mil for him. To me, gross overpayment. I don't think we'll see him sold either, just because I'm going back to my tinfoil hat here, Michael. I'm going to put the tinfoil hat right back here on my head. I truly believe Daniel Levy saw a chance to get Brazil's number 9 and said, the World Cup's coming up. Brazil's number 9, let's go get him because he might win. I think this is all speculation, okay, obviously. But I think he was like, I want to tap into that Brazil market. Lucas Moura's fire is dying out. It's time to let him go. We're going to need a new Brazilian to get all the Brazilian fans hyped up about. So why not go get Brazil's number 9 is my theory. And that's kind of what where I lay with it, because to me, every time we played Everton, when we made this signing, Michael, I was not excited, remember? I was very hard on it, and not good hard on it, bad hard on it. And sorry, I made a little pun there. I guess an innuendo. I just never thought he was this tough guy. I never thought he was this guy that was really threatening to our squad, even though our squad wasn't the greatest. But every time we played Everton, I just always thought he was fake hard. Like he was putting on this persona to try and be hard. And to me, I never really bought it. And, whenever he had that brace in Champions League, I thought, maybe he's proving me wrong, right? Maybe this is the beginning of when I start getting proven wrong about my take on Richarlison. And I'm going to have to shut up and take it. But you know what? I just think he's been not good at all for us, but he's also been a little unlucky. And Spurs have been a little bit unlucky this season, if we call it right. 5 offside goals, and I think 2 of them I definitely disagree with VAR. They enjoy getting our tears. I don't know. They collect Spur tears for some kind of like weird concoction, a cocktail maybe, like a vodka and Spurs tears is like something they like doing. I don't know. Real quick, big up fellas. I think largely ineffective is a great way to describe Richie. Jamie says give him next season. Yeah, sorry Mia if I got too passionate about Sonny. I just love Sonny so much. Alan Sibley, Everton mugged us and Newcastle. Richarlison and Gordon have been crap. I haven't really seen Gordon. I think he's done substitute appearances out there for Newcastle.
Terrible fucking attitude.
he looks like a punk ass. And I mean, I'm just judging him based on what I've seen from him. Yeah, he looks like the kid at the table that's just like, bro, just have a good time eating a damn pizza. Everyone loves pizza, and you're here complaining about the pizza crust. Like, chill out about the pizza crust. Just eat the damn pizza, leave the damn crust. Like, damn. Oh, sorry. There's a good list. There's a good list.
I would add Sessegnon to this list also, in my opinion.
Add Sessegnon. Don't re-sign Longley or Danjuma. Honestly, I might be crazy. May call me a romantic. I would keep Danjuma. And honestly, Longley, if he's like 8, if I could get Longley for 8,
we haven't seen anything from him. What is your reasoning for keeping him?
I just feel like
because he's a dog. Like he looks like a dog.
Bro, he got that dog in him. He got the. You know what I'm saying? So not every player got that.
If I gave you my genuine answer on whether or not I think we should keep Danjuma or not, I literally could not tell you because of how little he has played for us. Like I know, I get he scored on his debut. I know he hasn't had necessarily great substitute appearances for some of them, but like
his goal to minute ratio is better than Kulu and Richarlison combined.
But he hasn't.
But think about how much Kulu
and think about 1 goal. And is it 2? 1 or 2? 1 or 2?
2.
2
across all competitions.
I just haven't
his
seen
goal
enough
per
of
minutes
him,
ratio.
To say yes, I want him to stay next season.
Just add Kulu, punk ass Hulusevski, add his goals to minute ratio with Richarlison's goals to minute ratio, and Danjuma's is better. I mean, the man may not be the most appealing to the eye, but if he got magic in them boots, I don't really give a shit. Give me some goals because Richarlison ain't giving me any. Hulusevski ain't giving me any. Someone, put Sanchez on that list. Add Sanchez to the list for sure.
Sorry, Jacob.
But Danjuma, no, you know I'm easily distractible. Danjuma, I think he's got that dog in him. He got something in him. I don't know. People. I would say he gave, like the same feeling when I saw Bergwijn play. When I saw Bergwijn play, I got excited, and I feel like he had that dog in him, and I think he still does. But maybe I take the L on that one. But with Danjuma, I felt like he got a little bit of, so I kind of want to see more. Maybe it's just because I want to see more that I would give him a chance. If it's like 12 mil, why not? Longley, if I can get him for 8, if I can get Longley under 10, I'm fine with it because I'm fine with him being a squad player. But I don't think he's near good enough the quality. We need to spend the 60 mil that we spent on Richarlison on a damn center back. And we were crying for that all damn summer, Michael. Give me Bremer. Give me Bremer. Then he goes to Juve. Oh, give me Botman. And Botman goes to Newcastle. Give me this guy. Give me that guy. And we don't get none of them. I'm hoping we could drop some buck. We do spend money. I'm not saying we don't. We'll just get a damn center back. That's where I'm at. That's how I feel. I think I'm behind in the comments. Let me see where I'm at. Alan Sibley. Levy will be looking to sign a new Korean player in the next few years. Shirt sales mean everything to him. Get Kim Min-jae. I'll make everyone happy. I'll be so happy. Go get Kim Min-jae. How much you think we get him for, Michael? I know he's Serie A winner now, so there's a little bit more tax on the
Probably
dollar.
50.
But
Probably 50 or 60.
You think that low?
50,
I feel
60.
like 70.
You think 70?
I think 70.
I think 60.
Chat, tell us what you think. How much Kim Min-jae? I'm not even going to say next Korean sensation because I'd love to watch him and Sonny hugging, and I love watching South Korea team.
Only a 45 million difference between when we could have signed him 2 or 3 years ago. No big deal.
I'll take it.
Sad.
I just want a damn defender.
Sad.
I just want a damn defender. Completely forgot about Sessegnon. The players I listed are ones that we can get rid of. Sanchez would also need to go, but finding a buyer would be hard. I think a few teams would. He can go to Spain for sure.
Yeah, he can go to Spain.
He can go to Spain for sure. Get a Monaco.
He can go to Nantes where Sissoko went. He can go to France.
Yeah, there you go.
Go to Nantes.
Yeah, hang out with Sissoko again. That'll be fun.
You can go to Venezia. Hang out with Tanner Chessman in Serie B.
Did he make the champion of the championship? Yes, he did. When he brought someone up, Bournemouth up. Yeah, he was with Bournemouth, helped bring him up. He scored a crazy amount of goals. He's a good player. There's something in there. That's what I'm saying. I love watching championship matches when I can. It sucks that they're on like crazy weird times, but I love watching championships matches when I can. And honestly, I think there's usually every year a good, nice crop of talent amongst that league that you could pick from. Ivan Toney was one. You remember before we even started this podcast, I think I was talking to you about Ivan Toney. Wasn't I, Michael? I don't remember how long ago I brought Ivan Toney. I was like, this guy for Brentford, I was watching him and he's great. And he's only gotten better since.
Now. He's going to get banned for fucking betting. So
I'll take it. They'll make his price tag cheaper. I'll take it. Just give me a swap. I'll give you Richarlison for Tony, and just make it a swapperoo. I'll take that. No Longley. He's French accent, or he's Dyer with a French accent. He's awful. I mean, to me, he at least improvised. He tackled a man for the squad, and I like that. Get a little dirty for the squad. Ledley King is still at the club. Get him some boots. If he'll play. Jacob, we had a chance to buy him for 15 mil. I know. I think we wanted to spend 10 and they wanted 15, and we are like, we'll get
Levy
Joe Roden for 16.
5. Yeah.
But we spent 16 on Joe Roden, wasn't it?
I don't know how much, but
that's insane to me. Whatever it is. I know we spent more than he was wanting to spend on Kim and Jay. Now look at him. What does I want to say? I think Kim is going to Liverpool. I've also heard that United want to get him as well. Who knows? I would love Kim and Jay. But to wrap up Richarlison talk, I know that's how we kind of opened it up. I just ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing worth getting excited about. You know what I mean? And that's the disappointing part, because I did once. The brace in the Champions League I was very excited for. I was also excited for his goal last week. But
that lasted a full minute.
The taking your shirt off and doing all that, bro, we ain't won the game. Take your shirt off, run around like a madman after we won. Go hype up the fans after we won.
I think it was just like that. He was relieved that he finally got that goal. And yeah, it was at Anfield.
But this isn't about you. It's not about you.
For it, but I see where you're coming from, because I like felt that way to a smaller degree. I was like, all right, bro, like it's tied. Let's like hold the result.
Calm down, bro. Calm your tits. I know you.
But I can understand it.
I can understand it, but I don't respect it, because for me to take off your shirt and do all that, like, I get it. You finally got your goal that didn't get ruled offside. Like, what a relief. But in that moment, it's not fucking about you. At full time, make it about yourself, because you got your fucking goal that equalized and we got the point at Anfield. I'll be happy about it. I'll take pictures of the nips and everything. I'll be super excited to see that. But the fucking whistle ain't blown yet. There's still some shit you got to do. It's a classic example of fucking Spursy shit, and that's what pisses me off so much about it. Is because it's always something like this. Now he's a fucking meme. Now everyone's doing the pigeon dance, making fun of him, and like, you brought that on your damn self. But you're also part of our club, so it makes us look more dumb, which we already look fucking stupid, by the way. But it just pisses me off, because in that moment, it's not about you. It's not about you getting your first fucking Premier League goal when we spent so much fucking money on you. In that moment, it's about, we just equalized. Now hold it. Now hold on to it. Fucking God, sorry. It just makes me mad when I think about it, because honestly, I was hyped. But when he took his shirt off, I was legit like, what are you doing? The game's not over. How much time is left was my first thought, if I'm being honest. My first thought was, how much time is left in this match, and what are you doing? Because to me, if you score the game winner, okay, take your shirt off like that. If there's some, I don't know. I'm just having a hard time accepting that behavior. It's just, Richie has a tattoo of himself on his back. It says it all. That's what I didn't like. It was selfish. It was selfish. I heart Richie. Sure, he comes off kind of immature and unseasoned, but he wears his heart on his sleeve. I hope he comes good. That's a fair opinion. I definitely believe all of this, what you're saying, I agree with. It's just, when I think about that moment, it really pisses me off, because, I mean, I don't know. I love the passion, because we don't have enough players who give a fuck at our squad, end of the day. But no, I don't want a piece of Richie. No, I don't. I'm not Jaco, I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover, you know it. But Eric Dyer transcends. Hugo Lloris quickly transcended my morals. So Jaco, no, Richie's not there. It does piss me off what happened, but I would still hug him. I will still give him a good long hug and smack him on the back and say, come on, let's go again. Because I do want to see, I think he's got all the characteristics of like a good person who wants to do well. You know what I mean? But in that moment, that was very selfish. But I would still give him a hug. So I'll put it that way. Keep your shirt on, get the ball out of the net and score. Exactly. Leicester City, did we see Bergwijn taking his shirt off? You know what I mean? When we equalized? No, we went, got that ball, let's go again. And we did. The great point, Paul. Great point right here. Alan Sibley, I don't get the whole shirt thing, especially as it gets you booked. I don't care if it gets you booked, personally. I'm all for, letting the tits breathe. I'm all for it. But let's have a little, maybe take your shirt off when you score the game winner. That's not the game equalizer. I just think it's a little silly. I don't know. Am I reading too much into this, Michael?
No. I think you're fine.
Okay. So I'm not crazy. I just was thinking about it and I started getting pissed. Like, what the hell? What's this? Anyway.
No, I understand. I understand where you're coming from. I agree with you to a certain degree. Like I said, I'd rather see it on a game winner than a game tire. It's just me, though.
Exactly.
What question did you have before I asked you the Richarlison one? You said you had a question for me earlier.
What was my question? Oh, it has to do with next week, what you think formation-wise. But real quick, L, yes, I did. I cut my hair. It is gone. I cut it. I told you I would, and I did, because that's what I do.
What formation do you think we're going to play?
Do you think we're going to go
Aston
forward
Villa?
with this versus Villa? Yeah, this formation.
I think it'll be
kind of
similar.
Tactics.
Yeah.
Is
we'll
this
start
Mason
as like
ball? Are we seeing a birth here?
Yeah, and I think it'll be kind of more of like like you mentioned, kind of more of a fluid formation moving forward. We saw it start as like a 3-4-3, 4-4-2. At one point, I think it was 3-5-2 also. And then I think at one point it was even kind of like a 4-4-2 when we were sitting back a little bit when Son dropped back at the left mid position, and then Davies kind of tucked back and Porro was at the right mid. So I think this is what we're going to see for the rest of the season, yes, especially since Ryan Mason's now got the reins. Will it be successful? Who knows, man, because Aston Villa is going to be a much, much tougher opponent than Crystal Palace at home. I guarantee you that. They're playing some of the best football in the country right now over there in Villa. I'm very nervous for this game this weekend. I'm not going to lie, in terms of I don't think we're going to get anything out of it. Not even a draw. But who knows? Maybe they'll prove me wrong. It's just right now, though, I think you have to have a really structured formation and a very disciplined 11 in order to beat a team like Aston Villa right now, who are in very, very good form overall since Unai Emery came to the club. So I'm just a little bit nervous, in this, like I said, in the sense of I don't necessarily think we'll get all 3 points. I know that they did lose to Wolves yesterday. I'm fully aware that they got shut out on the road, but I think that makes it even more dangerous. And plus, we already know what Dr. Tottenham does to people. You know what I mean? They're the best cure for a team that's struggling.
That's the part that I think you hit the nail on the head. That's the part that worries me. We're calling Dr. Tottenham. Isn't that the whole saying, right? You lost 1-0 to United. Now you lost again last week. I mean, they're looking for it. They definitely have aspirations of climbing this table and trying to get, I think, at least Europa. Unai Emery, doesn't he like Europa? If I'm not mistaken, this man's won it with Villarreal. He won it with some other fuckers, I think. I don't remember. I've heard that he loves the Europa. That's why I'm kind of asking. I heard that he liked it.
Outside of the last 2 games, we can't forget they were on a 10-game unbeaten run in the Premier League. I know that they dropped points to Man United on the road, and then obviously, like I said, they got shut out yesterday at the Molino. But this is a dangerous team, man. And like I said, Dr. Tottenham always comes to have the perfect cure for a team that needs a bounce-back W. And Villa is definitely one of those teams. And then now, and I feel like we haven't had this discussion in such a long time just because, frankly, we haven't really been in any contention of any sort of top 4 race or the season just hasn't gone to plan, and it's gone just so horribly in the terms of the vibe, the mood around the fan base and the stadium. how it got toxic against Newcastle. You can't forget that this is going to be kind of a matchup for who's going to have kind of the driver's seat for the Europa Conference League position at 7th place. I know that we did jump Brighton in the overall Premier League table, but if my memory serves correctly, I think we do need. We're tied right now with Aston Villa, and we're still two games in hand, or Brighton does, excuse me, 2 games in hand over us, or 3 games in hand, I forget. But this one is definitely important in terms of the fight for 7th, quote unquote, if you will. I know it's not as exciting as Champions League, but this game does matter for European qualification, so it's going to be interesting to say the least.
Absolutely. The point that at least gives me hope that, I mean, if we're looking at it from a sense that we want to finish above them, the point that gives me a little bit of hope, I'd say, would be that they don't have any games in hand on us. Everyone else that I'm a little concerned about, because I do want to see us, honestly, I guess I'm being a little selfish. I'm backtracking a little. I would like Conference League because I feel like that's a very winnable trophy for us if we go into it. That's why I don't want, because if I think about the root reason why I don't want Champions League football is because I don't think we can win that. I don't want Europa because I don't think we can win that either. But I think Conference League is definitely winnable for our club and what business maybe we could get done. So I don't know what place, when this all shakes out, like what place we have to get in order to get that. But I hope that we can at least get Conference League because it's definitely winnable. And I think it gives something to play for other than, because the Premier League we're not going to win. The club clearly doesn't care about Carabao Cup or FA Cup, so clearly we don't want to win that. So I have no hope that we'll go on and try and win one of those competitions. But the Conference League, I just feel like that's definitely something we could go out and try to get. So
the
I
only,
don't
the
want
only
to fall
real
too much.
reason, the only real reason why I still kind of have hope for the Conference League is just the fact that Aston Villa has a bit of a tough schedule ahead of them after this game, just because they do still have to play Liverpool and Brighton, and both of those teams are very, very good, or at least better than obviously the bottom half of the table. They're no pushovers, basically. And I know that we don't necessarily have the toughest schedule to end the season, but it's still Tottenham Hotspur. They're going to make it interesting. I'm sure we'll drop one of these next 3 games after Villa, whether it be Brentford, Leeds, or West Ham. But that's where I'm at, man. That's where I'm at. Or not West Ham, I'm sorry. Just Brentford or Leeds. Playing West Ham in Asia.
You know, why did I don't like that they put that in the schedule? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I kind of
show me that later. Yeah, because no,
like,
you're not the first person. You're not the first
to
person
be decided.
to trip up on
West
that.
Ham, and I was like, no, never mind. We've already played them twice. We beat them.
Alan says, I think Villa will win, but to be honest, I've reached a point of not caring. I'm currently on loan to City. Do not blame you. A lot of us are. Every time I see him, I'm like, don't get hurt and win, because we need you to not let the damn Arsenal win the league, is how I feel. And I know a lot of other Spurs fans feel that way. So I don't blame you for not caring. I do selfishly want Conference League. Like I went on and on about it earlier. So I do want Conference League because, you know what? I think it's a cool looking trophy and it's big enough for me to get excited about. And that's enough reasons to care. So I at least care a little bit, Alan. Maybe I can care enough for the both of us. But definitely come on, City. Prize money not there for Levy to take it seriously, says Mark Cousins. That's the part that's most disappointing when it comes to Carabao FA Cup, because exactly the prize money, you don't care. What does he want? $500,000 for, or whatever the hell it is? It's not a lot, and of course, as a club, you want to win the most money possible. So why not go win the damn league? J. Cole, let me make you a fan appreciation trophy. Sure, I'll take it. We're
gonna lift anytime soon.
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. We need to lift something. I will feel better about Conference League if West Ham doesn't end up winning.
There. Because I feel like we could kind of make fun of West Ham for winning the Conference League. I don't know.
Why? Why would you make fun of them for winning the Conference League? Did anyone make?
Hate them.
What about all those
like
people in Roma when they're lifting up that damn Conference League?
I wouldn't make fun about Roma winning, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
The special one.
Roma winning that.
The special one. Come on, man. Respect. Gotta respect the special one. Conference Cup, the kids to give them experience. Conference Cup platform to give the kids some experience. Okay. Play the kids
to give them experience.
It's fun, Alan. You threw me for a loop there. Hey, U17s, U18s, shout out. They definitely did the business. I was watching that U18 final. The part that frustrates me the most is there's no like roster of numbers that I can find. And so when I watch the match and there's no names on their back, I want to know who this kid is because I liked a few of them. The number 9, whoever that is, he looks nice. Number 8, he looked like mini Bissouma out there. I liked him out there. He was rocking. I think he had a brace. But won a trophy, won 2 trophies. So Academy seeing silverware. I got another theory. Maybe Levy just doesn't like trophies because he wants to be the shiniest thing in the room. He wants that thing.
Jaco, I respect Mourinho. I just don't give a fuck about him anymore. He's a former Chelsea manager.
And United.
He didn't win anything with us.
But he got there. He was about to try and win in a City. He could have beaten City.
Daniel Levy, thank you. Thanks, Daniel. Again.
Ryan Mason's punk ass benches an informed Bale for Lucas Moura and starts Harry Winks. I think we should play our kids now. The defense is better than Dyer and Davies. I mean, why not?
Saying much.
Why not? Michael, you got any final thoughts before we wrap this thing up?
Sure, man. This was a good vibe today. I know it was maybe a little bit shorter than usual, but like I don't know. Like it was just we talked about a good amount of topics. Like we got pretty in depth, just me and you.
I got sweaty enough. I think I got a little sweaty enough.
It's always nice when it's me and you, man. You know how I am.
Yeah, I know. You know, and sometimes it's better to keep it short and sweet rather than to hear me keep blabbering on.
Jaco, I agree. I would definitely agree. Mourinho's won a Champions League. Conte has not. Mourinho's won multiple Champions League. Conte
he's won every European trophy.
He's won every European trophy, yeah. Conte has not.
A dog. Who else can say that? Pep can't say that.
Hey, I was fully back Mourinho when he was here. And
he was such a memeable character
because he's not our manager anymore. That's just how I am.
Like,
I actually, Jacob, I want to not necessarily apologize because it's my decision or whatever. But I unfollowed Conte. I can't really give a fuck about him anymore. On Instagram, I unfollowed him. Yeah, I was just kind of mad one day, and I was like, I think he posted that he was on vacation, like in Italy or something. And I was just like, you know what? Bro, fuck this. And I was like, I'm unfollowing him. So I unfollowed Mourinho when he got fired. I still follow Jose. He got fired. The only one I still follow is Pochettino, but if he becomes Chelsea manager, I'm gonna unfollow him too.
This is
These
serious.
are the rules. These are the rules, man. These are the rules. Once you're not Spurs anymore, well, Pochettino's always Spurs until he's not. Like, if he's Chelsea, then obviously he's not fully Spurs anymore.
I like that he gets a pass, even though he won just as much here with.
Sorry, he's the one that made me fall in love with football. Those are the rules. I don't make them.
Hey,
Mourinho didn't make me fall in love with football.
That's fair. That's fair. To me, I still follow Jose. I still follow Conte.
But you know, Poch is different for me. Come on, man. Like, he's just different.
Yeah,
he'll always be different for me.
I follow Poch. I'll keep following him even if he.
And for the older crowd out there, I'm sorry, but I just didn't. There was just not as much access to soccer over here besides MLS, and MLS was so bad back in the day. David Beckham ran this shit when he was here because it was that easy.
Wasn't great.
I mean, look at dude, Zlatan. He was so old. He was old when he came here. Like, legitimately, he was, what was he, like 35 or something like that when he came to MLS, or 34?
36, I think.
Something like that. And he dominated.
He was only there for 2 seasons.
That was what, like 5 years ago or 4 years ago?
4.
Like, that wasn't that long ago.
3.
Obviously, the level has risen a little bit in the last few years, but like, ladies and gentlemen, this was what I had on the table. It was either this or all of the American sports. So I chose the American sports because MLS was not entertaining for me. Finally, when they made Premier League free for NBC subscribers, like literally every single game was free over here across the pond at one point. I could literally watch every single Tottenham Premier League game for free over here, and it was great. And now you got to pay for fucking Peacock and NBC. Well, you still got to pay for NBC, but now you got to pay for Peacock and you got to pay for Paramount Plus to watch European football, and it's more complicated now. You got to pay now.
In America,
but when it was free, I got to watch Pochettino ball all day, every day. Well, not every day, but all day, every week, and it was fun.
He definitely, obviously he brought the vibes. So I would not. This to me is what were the vibes like? You know what I mean? I guess that's why I still love
the vibes.
No, I just mean like. Obviously, back then the vibes were immaculate. I'm talking about like with Jose and Conte, the vibes for me were immaculate. I enjoyed it until the very end. And
I think I felt more like invested, I think, when Mourinho was here than when Conte was. Even last year, like to finish. I know I was sucked back in. I know I was sucked back in when we were trying to make that big push for top 4, and it didn't seem likely, and we beat Arsenal to it. I think it was just because we beat Arsenal to it. It just made that a little bit more satisfying for me. But like Mourinho, when we had Mourinho, we were top of the league at one point. People forget that. And then Bergwijn missed and hit the post at Liverpool, and
it all went downhill from there.
Nothing was the same.
Nothing was this. What could have been?
I still want to see what would have happened if Bergwijn would have just finished that at Liverpool. We would have won at Anfield. That would have been insane. But we're here. Brian Mason is our manager once again, interim once again, and
he's the interim.
This time we don't have a director of football either, and we have to search for that this summer. So it'll be fun. But no, man, my final thoughts are just it was nice being able to sit here with you on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, and hopefully we get all 3 this weekend at Villa. What about you? And yes, Conte is still paddleboarding until we get a new manager. He'll be there. Right? Yeah, Mason is not our manager. He is our interim manager. He is not our full time. I'm not.
Yeah, I can't put Ryan Mason. No, I'm not.
I'm not paddleboarding with Ryan Mason.
Bro, I am not popping up out of the water.
Not yet, at least. Not yet.
I'm not
you're
popping
not
up
his life. Nah, you're not with the paddleboard. You're not out there.
You're not on. You're not on. No.
You're just there for me in case I fall off. But I'm taking us back to the port because I don't want to be paddleboarding anymore.
I ain't popping up like a damn mermaid either for no damn Ryan Mason like that.
No.
Conte's the one that got. Yeah, Conte. I'd do it for Jose. We didn't have the show back then, but I'd do it for Jose as well. I'd do it for Pochettino. I'll do. You know what I mean? R.I.P. Conte. Those are vibes. That's for me why I still follow him. But that's tough, man. He got the unfollow from you. That's a hell of a final parting thought from you.
Yeah,
I think that's the darkest parting thought I've ever gotten from you, man. Wow.
I still follow this guy though. I always have and always will.
Well,
he only cost $5 million, and he's better than Ozil. Who would have known?
Who would have known? Where is he now? Is he still with Besiktas?
Yeah, he's still technically with Besiktas, but they told him he's not playing again for the rest of the season. And then I think he had like some sort of surgery, like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I hope he's
I don't know
okay.
what for though.
I saw the video of him with
the photo with him
with
the balloons. Yeah,
a little sad,
unfortunate.
Sad. My final parting thought is, and what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Maybe stop doing balloons would be my first suggestion. But what are you gonna do?
That's a good starting point. I feel like.
So Conte still makes you both wet. No.
Damp for me.
Yeah, technically
not moist.
It's not
moist
hard
either for me.
Moist.
It's like damp right now. It's damp. I'm drying out.
Yeah, it's not hard for me to be moist.
I'm still drying, but I'm on a black top in the middle of like the summer here in El Paso.
Oh, it's gonna dry up real quick. Yeah, it's gonna dry up real quick. Definitely.
Basically, when we get our new manager, I'm dried out, and then I'm now wet for the next one. So there you go.
That's a great answer.
Deli is drinking with Hugo.
Deli
might be at this point.
Hugo probably hitting them balloons at halftime with Deli. Who knows with it?
That's what it was. That's what happened. That's why he was injured. He had Deli in the back of the locker room giving him balloons. Brutal.
It hurts. I need a balloon. Oh God, our captain just fucking
Deli
abandoned
2J.
ship. My final parting thought is, what kind of captain abandoned ship when shit's going down? Have anyone seen the
Unconfirmed.
Titanic? Has anyone seen the
Titanic was confirmed. Hugo has not been yet.
It was confirmed the
That's where I
captain
will
died
stand.
with the boat that day. Hugo, you're supposed to die with the team. You're our captain. We're supposed to rally behind you,
Down
Hugo.
with the ship, Hugo.
God, and you let us down. You let us die. And you got on the lifeboat. And you just sailed on away. Said, you know what? This L's not completely on me. Which it's not, but damn it. My final parting thought, thank you to Jayco with the solo super chat today, the $5 Doney.
Thanks, Jayco.
Big up, Jayco. Good to see you in the house. And also big up to everyone in the chat who's been here the whole time. Big up, obviously, to Alan, Tennis, Sibley. And big up to the crew. Everyone, if you watch this back on playback as well, big special shout out to you because personally, my cup of tea is watching live. Some people's cup of tea is watching it when you can, and I respect that as well because you're showing the love. So big up to everyone who did tune in. That's my final parting thought.
Another weekend show, man. Second official one, and we're gonna keep going strong. But
Yeah.
stay tuned here, folks. It'll either be Saturday or Sunday. We'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
With plenty of time ahead. But
We'll come up with
it's a
some
weekend
funky
show.
word. Yeah, it's a weekend show. I'm trying to. What I like is we try and do like whatever day, because obviously when it's match day, there's a million channels that are streaming.
TGIW. Thank God it's the weekend with United Spurs of
Hey.
America.
Hey, there it is. TGIW. Thank God it's the weekend.
I used to say TGIW for thank God it's Wednesday because Wednesday used to be my Friday, but thank God it's the weekend.
I love it. We're gonna go with that. The camera said they're done. Look, the camera's
Look
like,
at that.
all
Yeah,
right, I
even
put
the
in a
camera's
shift,
done.
we're
It's signing
done.
off. It's signing off.
Yeah, big up everybody.
Just want to give a shout out real quick to David De Gea for conceding one of the softest goals I've ever seen in this game against West Ham today. West Ham's leading 1-0 in the 73rd minute, but De Gea, that was absolutely horrific. But shout out because you're somehow worse than Hugo Lloris was this season. Thank you guys so much for listening to the United Spurs of America podcast. As always, with your hosts Michael and Jacob. We'll be here. I want to say same time, same place, but you just never know. We're going to be back this next weekend for sure.
Next
But
weekend,
please-
yeah, check us out next weekend. Whatever
But
day
please
we're
stay
not playing,
tuned.
so Sunday probably.
If you are going to the game this weekend, please be loud, please be proud, but also please be safe because it is an away day. And if you're not, you'll be joining us. Well, not across the pond, but you'll be joining us watching on the telly. We'll be watching across the pond. You'll be watching over there in the UK or wherever you may be tuning in from. But regardless, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Thank you guys so much for all of your fire comments in the chat today. You guys were absolutely active, absolutely buzzing out there as well. So thank you guys for all your support. J-Code, thank you so much for the super chat today. And we'll see you guys next week. Big up the lads. And Jacob?
Come on, you boys. Coys.
United Spurs of America with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.